Okay.
We are back, and in the house with us is Simone Green. She is a professional photographer who worked for the infamous rap label Death Row Records. She was chief photographer for Death Row, and at one time the job went from being a gift to a curse. She has documented Death Row Records' early history with thousands of photographs. During her tenure on the label, she has witnessed a lot and was even brutally assaulted at one point. Simone decided to document her career in celebrity photography and her time at Death Row Records with her new memoir, Time Served, My Days and Nights at Death Row Records. Please welcome Simone Green. A lot of people probably know you from the Welcome to Death Row documentary, and you got to speak in the mic, and know a little bit about your story. So can you tell us about what inspired you to write the book and why now?
Well, I started the book when I first left Death Row Records. Death Row. And I did several, writes, and they kept saying, oh, you got to do a rewrite. So I kept rewriting. And then I finally decided where I was going with the book. And I decided to document my journey from when I left college and came to Los Angeles for the third time. And armed with my degree in photography, I decided to go ahead and do what I had to do. And that's how it all got started.
So now, how did you end up at Death Row Records, and then they made you chief photographer? How was your first experience meeting with Suge and getting the job?
I knew Suge from when I used to work as a freelance photographer for like Solar and Capitol and Motown, and my family was already in the industry, so he worked over at Solar. So I kind of had acquaintance with him then. Then when I came back to LA for the third time, I decided to move to the Valley. Normally I would stay just in the Hollywood area. And my cousin was Val Young from the Mary Jane Girls and at Motown, and she had her little house parties. They were like house parties, but they were an apartment. And Tupac and everybody showed up, and it went from one thing to the next. After meeting Yo-Yo, she was there that day. And I had a death in my family. My sisters got killed in a car accident. And I just left. I had only been here 3 days. And Yo sent me back to New York and said, I got a job for you when you get back. So by the time I got back, she had me working with her as her road manager. And it led from one thing to the next, and ran into Suge. And my ex-husband is Tony Green, the bass player, who did all of the Endo Smoke with Warren G. And
like, what picture would you never release that you have a picture of?
Do you have some good stuff that you're like, man, if they seen this?
I know you got some exclusives.
I'm about to be Vanilla Ice.
You got being thrown out the window. Yeah,
Do you have pictures of that?
How about standing by a window?
I had a couple of people getting beat down that I probably wouldn't have.
Oh, yeah, because I read in one of your interviews that Suge said he wanted you to take pictures of everything, including people getting beat down.
Yeah. What he did is they sent me out and to buy cameras, Nikon cameras, little ones, the point and shoots, and I would give them to Pacific people, and they would document. If I can't be there, they would get it. You know.
Wow.
And the worst thing about working for Death Row? Give us one great thing, one horrible thing.
The best thing was that Suge was never late on a check. I love getting that check. And then the worst thing the worst thing was not getting that check. I think the worst thing was when he signed my check in red, and I knew something was going to happen, and I didn't just know what it was going to be.
They signed your check in red?
You know how
you can't. They won't cash a check in red. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, they cashed it.
They did?
Yeah, they cashed
Normally
it.
she went the Knicks. Oh, my bad.
Well, when you said you knew something was going to happen because he signed it in red,
I just had a gut feeling.
Yeah, it wasn't ink.
It wasn't regular.
It was intuition.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what led up to the incident where you were abused or assaulted by Suge and from some other female?
It was a female. He had somebody videotape it. He had Everybody was there. Everybody was
Why?
present.
Why did he attack you?
That's the part of the book you gotta buy.
Oh, okay. So it's in
but
the
I'll
book.
tell you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Off the air. Okay.
Yeah, because I did
But it's in the book.
But it's in the book. I did a little research to find out why he did it too, because in the beginning I didn't put two and two together, because I kind of panicked and I was waiting on the police who never came, and just a lot of things was going on, but I really didn't know the grasp of what was really going on. And then he came to Atlanta, and I just happened to go to Lisa Left Eye's funeral, and Lord behold, he was there, and at my church.
And this is after the incident?
This is 10 years after the incident. Well, 8 or 9 years after.
And how was that? Did he say anything to you?
He didn't say anything to me at first, because I didn't see him at first. I ran into Corrupt.
Okay.
And Corrupt was, so happy to see me, and I slipped
Heads
and
up.
gave him my number.
Okay.
And I never slipped. And I slipped. And Corrupt called me later that day and said, Simon wanted to talk to you. I said, oh, shit. I was bullshit. Right. I was like, oh, God. I said, he's like, he ain't on nothing. He ain't on nothing. So he got on the phone. He was like, I want you to come up and see me. I said, where you at? Oh, God. He said, at the Carlton, the Ritz-Carlton. All I could do was picture flying out the window at the Ritz-Carlton.
I'm on the balcony with Vanilla Ice. Come on up. We're going down.
Right.
Yeah, we're blue. It's going down.
I said, no, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. But your insides, when you want to know something, I got in my big old red truck, and all I knew is my truck started heading to Buckhead. And I went on in, and the first person I ran into that I was about to speak to when his big goons got out the elevator was L.A. Reid. And I said, well, at least maybe he'll remember seeing me,
Wow.
And the guys got off the elevator and pat me down like I was going to
finish him off.
Right, or something, right. And
hold that titty up right there. She was on that.
And so what was that like? Was he cool with you or what?
He was very receptive, and he wanted to apologize, which he did. And then I said, well, look, that ain't good enough. I want to know why.
I want some money.
I had already shot for that. And then
so you sued? Did you get money?
I sued everybody.
Did you win?
Yeah, but in California, because I was employed, they called it a workman's comp injury.
Wow. And how much did you get?
You don't
workman's comp injury. Not enough.
Not enough.
I have a shook story. I was the first female rapper on Interscope. And our label was there before, my record was out before Death Row came. And so my first single, I kind of throw a shot at Dre for the whole D Barnes situation.
Okay.
So one day, Suge came up to our label and was like, where's that fat bitch? Where's that fat white bitch at?
What was he talking
So what do you want people to get from the book?
Right.
Really, the purpose of the book is over the last few years, I've noticed that there's so much bullying going on in the schools, in the homes, now at the job. So I decided to attack it from that side of it, because I had got bullied in high school and grammar school, and I'll be damned if I'm going to be bullied at work.
You tell them, girl.
And the police didn't show up, and I was like, okay. Now, my cousin was Melvin Franklin from the Thames. When the incident went down, Melvin was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to call in the Claremont Boys. I said,
the Claremont Boys?
They from Detroit.
Okay.
So they're from
using their real name.
So they're like,
Leroy, it's Larry.
Right. And they look like that, right. And before all that could happen, Melvin died.
Oh.
I packed up and I just said, okay, I'm going to call a truce until I figure this out.
Right.
So this is my third time back in Los Angeles, and this time with the book. And Yo-Yo brought me in for this particular event that she was having with her school kids.
Okay.
So
and the book is called Time Served.
The book is called Time Served, My Days and Nights on Death Row Records, and it's on Amazon, and it's also at deathrowtimeserved.com. You can order it.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. If you guys have any questions for Simone, call in 323-247-7443, and we'll be right back.